Hi, I'm Nico,
Hi, I'm Esteban.
and welcome to the Bean Boys podcast.
You're listening to today's episode.
Yeah. And we're recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 5.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the consistency down, even though we've kind of been slacking on the last 2 episodes. Well, that's my fault.
Okay. It's okay.
I
Well,
got
we're up.
Yeah, sorry, go.
No, go ahead. You were talking.
I got harassed by people for misspelling episode 3's title. I posted that on my story, and you were like, you spelled it wrong. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. But there were some people that were like, you spelled it wrong. And I know that I said the same words, but I know the intonation of basing off how the person speaks.
It's more
This one kid
aggressive.
from my school, he's like, you spelt it wrong. I'm like, okay, my bad. And he's like, lol, yeah, I used to spell bad too. And I'm just like, what the hell? That's the most what's that thing called, passive aggressive thing
Yeah.
I've heard in a while.
My mom was like, "Oh, did Esteban realize that he spelled it wrong?" And I was like, "Yep, I told him."
Yeah, and the sad thing was that I fixed it, but I didn't fix my Instagram story. So even after it was fixed, I kept getting messages. And I fixed it right away. But since the thing takes 20 minutes for it to realize I made a change, it stayed there. I'm like, oh, damn.
So how was your week? Other
was
than
good.
being harassed for spelling weird wrong.
It was good. I went back to school, so that's fun, you know?
Is it how is it like at school? Like
Nothing changed.
you have to wear a mask though, right?
Yeah, it hasn't changed since September,
Oh.
really. But it was weird. It felt like starting a brand new school year. I don't know why. The weirdest thing, though, is that now every Wednesday we don't have school. Every Wednesday's on... Well, not counting this week. It starts next week. We don't have school Wednesdays. And I'm like, why?
Is it online or just
It's online. And I asked my
that's
teacher why.
weird.
And my teacher's just like, oh, yeah, it's in preparation in case we have to go back online so you guys are prepared to how to do it. I'm like, yo, we just did this for 3 months this year and half of the school year last year. We get the gist of it.
That's the logic of schools right there.
Nah, that's just Mr. Should I disclose names like that? I'm gonna bleep that out just in case.
Mr. Bleep.
Mr. Bleep.
Okay. My school, we went back I think at the same time as yours, but we were only doing half days and you didn't have to go back. It was optional and we already
Okay.
have a case.
Already?
Yeah,
Jeez.
I
That
know.
was fast.
Luckily I didn't go back, so I'm good.
Yeah. So most schools, when they get a case, they kind of just deal it normally, right? Which is quarantine the kid. I don't know if all schools do this, but they quarantine the people he was with and everything.
Oh,
Yo,
really?
my school went into full red alert the second there was one case. Yo, they were hunting down. It's like, did you touch him? Did you look at him? Were you within a 5-meter radius of this kid? Do you know him? And I'm like, jeez.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who my uncle is?
But yeah, no, it was crazy because I had to get quarantined because I'm on the same bus
Really?
as him, right? Yeah. It was I'm gonna bleep his name just in case. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine, but he hasn't come back. I think his parents are paranoid or something.
Oh,
But
poor dude.
yeah, I felt bad for the kid. But me and my friend were on the same bus as him, right?
Mhm.
And the day he barely takes the bus too, right? He takes it once a week. And the day he took it was the day we didn't take it, right? Because we went to go skating after school.
And you
And
still
I
have to
told-
get quarantined?
I told my teacher, not my teacher, my principal, and he's like, nah, we can't risk it. I'm like, risk what? I didn't see him.
Nice.
I'd understand if I got on the bus for a second and then left, but no, I wasn't even near the buses at all. But it is what it is. The school ended up shutting down completely after that because my school's crazy with that.
Oh, is that why you were online for a while?
Yeah, I was online a month before every other school had to go online completely.
Ah, okay.
So it was it was not fun. But it's better now. I'm not complaining anymore.
Mhm. Yeah. Last weekend, I went to my cottage,
Yeah.
and my cousins were there, and
Okay.
they had this little box, and it had like Jenga pieces on the side. Like it was Jenga.
Yeah.
But instead of saying Jenga, it was called Tumbling Wooden Block Tower. And I thought this was hilarious. Like, if you're gonna rip off a game, that's fine, whatever. But at least try to come up with better names for it. Like, that's
they didn't even try.
No. That's like if someone did a ripoff of Monopoly, they would call it like Property and Business Transactions.
I mean,
like,
Monopoly kind of is already named that.
That's true.
If you really think of it.
Yeah. Or like those same makers would make a ripoff of Operation and call it Surgical Extraction.
Yeah.
I found that so funny. I have a couple of these written down here.
Okay.
Just of other ripoff names because I was preparing for this. So from a ripoff of Clue would be Hint, and then
that one would be the best.
It's literally exactly the same.
I know.
And then a ripoff of Sorry would be Apologies. And that's it. That's my joke for today. We should just end the podcast here.
Okay. Imagine instead of sorry, it's just pardon me.
Pardon me. No, that's for the British players. That would be the British ripoff.
Yeah. That's like the British export or import version. I mean.
I almost forgot. I don't know why British people reminded me of this, but we haven't done our Florida story of the week yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a funny story. Like I'll get to it. Like we could get up to it after. But so I was walking to go, where was I going? I was going to Shoppers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was like just as I finished that, like, editing last week's episode. And
Mm-hmm.
I was editing the part where it's like nothing funny happened to me all week. And usually whenever I go walk, something funny happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I leave my house. There's these two kids having a snowball fight. And like this isn't the main funny part of the story, but I found it hilarious. One kid curb stomped the other kid into snow. It was so violent, but they were having so much fun doing it. But one of the kids whispered into the other one's ear and started pointing at me. And I'm like, oh, these kids are going to like mess with me or something. So then the one who got whispered to goes up to me and is like, suh, dude. Like, not sup, dude, but like, suh, dude.
Suh, dude. How old are these kids?
10, like 9, I don't know, around that age. And he's like, yo, you know who you remind me of? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, YouTube. I'm like the platform
Just
as a
YouTube
whole.
in general?
Thought he was gonna name a YouTuber, but he just names the platform as a whole. And I'm like, YouTube? Like, all like confused. And he's like, yeah, bro. And I'm like,
You should have turned
what?
back at him and said, you know who you remind me of? Roblox.
You strike a sharping resemblance to Roblox. Nah, bro, he sounded like he just came back from like shred and powder, bro. He just came back from the mountains, you know, going down those hills, snowy beanie and everything, and he's like, "Suh, dude."
Suh, dude.
The way I spelt it in the talking points is exactly how it's supposed to be spelt. If anyone were, like, if anyone's wondering how you would spell "suh, dude," it's SUHHHHHHHH space DUUUUUUUDE.
Suh, dude.
Yep. It was hilarious.
The fact that he's like 9 or 10 makes that way funnier.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he did that as a joke to me. Like, I can tell that's just the way he talks. And I'm just, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna grow up to literally be the definition of like your stereotypical snowboarder.
He probably can't snowboard though.
Probably. But I found it hilarious. And then for the rest of the walk, I was just wondering, like, what does he mean I look like YouTube?
You just have a YouTube vibe to you, you know?
But the funniest part is that he said that to me twice because I had headphones on, right? So I didn't hear what he was saying. And I'm like, huh? And I just heard, like, the first time I heard him, I said, you look like you. I'm like, I mean, yeah. So then I take off my headphones.
You look like you.
So I take off my headphones to see what he actually said. He's like, you look like YouTube. I'm like, okay. and I just walk away.
So if you're YouTube, what vibe do I give off? What social media app am I? I won't be offended.
I don't know. I feel like I don't even give off a YouTube vibe. I feel like I give
You
off
don't.
more of a
You
Reddit.
give off a Vine vibe.
100%. Yeah, Vine.
Yeah.
100%. For you, I would say like a mix between Instagram and Reddit, but for the meme side. I just dropped scissors. Like Reddit for like the meme side, not like for the deep values, like the all weird like stop the hedge fund side, but like just the memes. And like same for Instagram.
You know, I've never used Reddit except like that one time you came to my house.
Seriously?
Never. I don't understand it. Okay, I think I understand it a little bit. You like
it's not as confusing as it is. It just looks really confusing.
it's just like you go on the different subreddits and those are the topics of like that's what people talk about on there.
Pretty much.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I see enough Reddit through YouTube videos.
Yeah. One thing I'll never understand is Discord. Discord is so confusing. Like we used that bit when we played D&D, and I barely knew what I was doing.
Oh yeah, no idea.
It's like you had to go into different like channels to like talk and then like do your different stuff, and you had to go between different things, and like it was too confusing.
Yeah. Google Classroom and Zoom are pretty easy. I don't mind them. You use Zoom for your classes
I
when you
use
do them
Zoom.
online?
Yeah. And my school has its own thing, like Edsby, which is like it's literally just like a Facebook group. Like that's the easiest way to describe
It's
it.
a
Pretty
Facebook
much.
group for high schoolers.
Yeah, but it's so it doesn't work half of the time. Like half of the time we can be in class and my teacher's like, okay, go on Edsby. I posted the homework. Then we try to open Edsby. It's like Edsby crashed again.
Oh, nice.
The teacher's just like, again? Prints out the work, and then the second he prints it, it's like Zoom. Edsby's back on, and he's like, "Oh, I just printed these papers for nothing."
Today I had a science test, and we usually use Google Classroom for like our work and stuff. But some teachers who think that they're special use D2L. Have you ever used that?
Never.
It's not like Edsby where you can like talk to other students and stuff. Basically, it's like a Google Classroom. It's just they post your work and your assignments and stuff. And that also rarely works too. And today we had a science test and it was supposed to open at 1:45. And everyone in the class said that it opened at 2. And the teacher spent 15 minutes trying to figure out why it wouldn't work and then realized at 2:01 why it didn't work. So
Nice.
we started at
Nice.
2 anyways.
Nice. Yeah, today, taking tests online is rough. My teacher, what he would make us do was have 2 cameras. So I'm like, okay, great. Now I got to log on to Zoom through 2 different things. One at your face and the other at your hands. Right? To make sure you're not cheating. But
That's terrible.
I mean, like, I understand where he's coming from, but that's just terribly unpractical.
I didn't have to use a camera for any of my classes during tests, except history.
My teachers are crazy about having your camera on, and it's insane. But the funny thing is that if you only show half of your face, they're gonna ask you to show your full face. But if you show your roof, they won't question it.
Yeah, we did that too.
But if you go from showing your face to your roof, you get questioned. But you won't get questioned if it's roof from the start.
Yeah.
So I guess we've been postponing this for long enough. Let's do Florida Man Story of the Week.
Yep. Today's the 23rd of February.
Yeah, sure.
Are you typing it?
Nah, I'll let you do it. I'll do it next week.
Okay, so at first I saw this on Google. Like, you know how Google shows a little bit of the title, and if it's too long, it doesn't fit at all?
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, this is the one good Florida man story we've had. Florida man saves dog and fends off aggressive coyote attack. And I was like, whoa, he's a good dude. And then I go in the article, Florida man saves dog, fends off aggressive coyote attack with coffee cup.
What a hero.
He is a hero.
I know. That's amazing. How? How
Good
is
for
he
him.
scared by a coffee cup?
Uh, he used the coffee cup he was holding to defend himself. He came at my legs. First, I smashed it in the side of the head with the cup. He came back and I smashed him again. He jumped at my face. When he did that, I stepped to the side, hit him in the face of the head, hit him in the side of the head. He screamed and went down. And it's this old bald dude just holding a little like a thermos in his hand.
Oh, it's a thermos.
Yeah, no, it's not
Oh.
like a Tim Hortons coffee cup.
I thought it was like one of those paper, like Timmy's coffee cups. I'm like, what do you do with that? You might as well slap it. Oh, okay. Can you put that into talking points? I want to see what the dude looks like.
Yeah, sure. He just looks like this really kind, bald old dude.
Nice.
Okay,
I feel like that's like. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. I'm happy with the story. It's finally like,
Yeah.
good job, Florida man.
Yeah. I love the picture they took of him. He just has the thermos. And he's like, I mean, yeah, it came from my legs. It came from my head. I just smacked it.
So I got Chinese food this week.
Nice.
And you know how Chinese food always comes with fortune cookies?
Oh, yeah. Okay, unpopular opinion, they taste amazing and they're the best part of the fortune cookie.
How is that an unpopular opinion?
Everyone I've ever told says they taste like disgusting cardboard. They taste amazing.
Banish those people. I don't
They
care
taste
where, just banish
so
them.
good. They taste so good.
I
They
love
taste like
fortune
nothing.
cookies.
Like they have like nothing else tastes like it. They taste so good.
I don't know if you realized, but you said fortune cookie is the best part of the fortune cookie. I think you meant meal, but yeah.
No. Like you know how like some people like they're like, oh, I only get the fortune cookie to read the fortune.
Oh,
It's like no, it's literally just a piece of paper that like some random person in China working minimal wage just came up with.
so reading the fortune in the fortune cookies, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if there was some therapist out there who only use quotes from fortune cookies to talk to their patients? It's like, doctor, my dog just died. And then the therapist looks at them and they're like, the end of one thing is the chance to start something new. Like they talk strictly in fortune cookie quotes.
They say that and hand him like a paper to put the dog down.
Why
Why is my
That's
mic?
great.
Do you hear my mic bugging out? It just went like.
No, I didn't hear.
Okay.
Or like you go up to your therapist and you're like, ugh, I just found out I only have a week to live. I have a terminal illness. And then the therapist replies with, write your own destiny. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't be.
Nice.
Like the board games one, I have a few of these written down.
Nice.
Just because I'm bad at coming up with things. So, I have two more. Doctor, I just found out I have cancer. And then the therapist replies, something happy is coming your way. Or, one more. I've been feeling really depressed and I'm never happy. And then this one actually kind of makes sense. So you say, I've been feeling really depressed and I'm never happy. Then the therapist says, don't be afraid to try new things. You'll never know what may come of them. That one's actually good advice.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that when I wrote it.
Nice.
Well,
So
yeah,
I-
don't you think that would be funny?
That'd be hilarious. Like, I forget what show I was watching, or if I just thought of this. I don't know. But, like, imagine someone's writing a fortune cookie, and then out of nowhere, like, it's just something like, help, I'm incarcerated in a Chinese concentration camp. Please help me escape. Like, imagine, like, someone's call for help would just be, like,
Through
in
a
a fortune
fortune
cookie. Yeah.
That would be funny if the fortune cookie therapist reads that fortune cookie and the client says something like, oh, I've been feeling really sad, and then the therapist replies with, help, I'm trapped in a Chinese concentration camp.
It's like you open your fortune cookie. It's like you're with your friends. It's like, what'd you get? It's like, oh, let me open it. Guy opens it. It's like, my name is Jackma. I've been missing for for much time now. I will disclose my information. Call me at this number. It's like, yeah, I don't know what this is about. it's like one person's like, yeah, mine says a fresh start will put you on your way. A faithful friend is a strong defense. Jack Ma needs your help. Contact him at this number.
That's probably how he got out of hiding. He sent messages through fortune cookies and people
Is he
saved
still
him.
missing though? I swear he's still
No,
missing.
he's back. He's back.
He is? But like,
He
is he
showed
back
up at,
for
like,
real?
some-
Oh, okay. Because I read one thing. It's like the Chinese Communist Party says he is back and fine. No more questions need to be asked. I'm like, okay, that's how you know he's not fine.
Yep. No, but I'm pretty sure he showed up to like some conference or
that's good.
meeting or something. Yeah.
I love how I went 1 week not knowing who he was, and then the next week TMG made a segment on him, and my dad started telling me about him, and like a couple of my friends started mentioning to me about him. It's like, it's insane. Like, does that ever happen to you? So you like learn a new thing, or like, I don't know, like stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, that stuff just gets fed into your life at like rapid amounts.
Yeah, that happens all the time. But not in the case of Jack Ma for me. I'm actually quite proud of myself because for a long time, I've known who he is. Because I don't know what I did. I think one day when I was like really little, I just searched up like funny business people online. And Jack Ma showed up and I thought he was hilarious. I don't know why. I just thought his name was funny and he was just funny in general. And so for like a week, I had a Jack Ma obsession. And then never talked about him again, and then all this news came in and I was like, I actually know who he is.
So one of my friends was telling me about him, and I'm like, who is he? Like, I remember the news articles, but like when they told me his name, I didn't know who he was. Instead of telling me the guy who's missing or the owner of like Alibaba, I think that's what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of saying that, they're like, oh, he's the Chinese guy who looks like his face got squished. And I instantly knew who it was. That was the best part. I instantly knew who it was.
That's great.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like, and then like I just had to search it up just to like vividly remember it. Like, I'm gonna just search it up real quick. Like on the YouTube video, we should just have like a montage of like his best pictures.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. When I had my Jack Ma obsession for a week, I put like 18 pictures of him consecutively on my Snapchat story. I thought I was funny, and I still think that's funny.
In the I'm gonna put a picture in the talking points. It literally looks like you went on Photoshop, you cropped his face to go smaller, and you put it like and you made it go down. Are you looking at the picture?
Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do?
He has so much face on, like, his cheeks have like so much space. His forehead is huge.
Oh, that's amazing.
But like the proportions are like where they normally are. That's the weird thing, because like his eyes are where they usually are for a human, and like same with the nose and the mouth. But why do they look so small?
I don't know. It's like when you do a drawing and you make the head really big, but then you don't proportion the face. I feel bad we're making fun of his appearance, but like, does anyone even listen to this?
No, it's fine. I don't know. But like, I mean, who cares if we're making fun of his appearance? Dude's like a millionaire.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a billionaire. My bad. My bad. I missed out on a couple of those zeros. Let's see one of its inspirational quotes. Never give up. Today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse. But the day after but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. Imagine just cutting it off there. It's like, never give up. Today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse.
Does this further prove that Jack Ma writes fortune cookies? Because that's definitely something you'd see on a fortune cookie.
100%. A good boss is better than a good okay, no, never mind. That one's not as good. A very important thing you should have is patience. That how is that a quote? That's just like him talking. A lot of people learn to work. In the future, it should be work to learn.
Whoa, that one's deep.
We should continue to learn all the time. This just sounds like Matthew McConaughey. That guy's book. Have you read his book?
No, but
I don't even know how to say his book is just like weird quotes like that. It's like, there was one thing. It's like the world would function better if everyone's default personality, or not personality, everyone's default emotion was humor. And I'm like, that's something a 5-year-old would say. It's like, yeah, everything would be great if everyone was laughing all the time.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm distracted right now because since you said it looks like Jack Ma's face is too small, I'm on Photoshop right now trying to do that, but I'm having technical issues.
Ooh.
I'll do it later.
Okay. But yeah. How did we even get into the... Oh, right, the fortune cookie thing.
The fortune cookies. I think fortune cookies need to be involved in our title for this week somehow.
Okay. I could do that. Can you, like, buy fortune cookies in a bulk just to, like, eat them?
I hope so.
They're so good.
Yeah. And, they, like, a lot of times when I eat sugary foods, my stomach hurts, like, right away. And they're, like, the perfect amount of sweet but not too sweet. And
yeah,
they're so good. Anyone who says that they don't like fortune cookies, just leave.
They're the perfect in-between of bland and tasteless and sweet and delicious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like right in between. It's the perfect in-between.
And they have wisdom from Jack Ma inside. So what more could you need?
Yep. But yeah. I'm glad Jack Ma's better. If he's not, and we're just completely wrong about this, then I hope he gets found soon.
We just made fun of his face, and he's being tortured in a Chinese place. What's the government there called?
The CCP, I think.
CCP. I was gonna say KGB, and then I was like, no, that's
the KGB.
What if the KGB took him?
I don't think the KGB exists. Actually, no, never mind.
They have a different name now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna search that up. I'll search it. I don't want the FBI being like, who are you and why are you searching this? So you want to know something that happens to me a lot?
Sure.
Are you ever trying to make a website and it's just way too hard?
All the time.
Well, with today's sponsor, Squarespace, it's gonna be way easier.
Ooh, Squarespace.
Squarespace. Nico's dad doesn't know what it is, but it's good. Ask your dad if he knows what WordPress is, because if he does, that's just gonna be sad.
I don't know what WordPress is.
You don't know what WordPress? Okay, I hate WordPress. Okay, WordPress sucks. It's like one of those places to make a website, and it's so garbage. It's so difficult to use. And I was watching an ad for, I think it was, I don't even know what it was. It wasn't Wix or Squarespace, but it was like another one of those big website companies. Mm-hmm. And their whole thing was, have you ever been trying to make a website, right? But it's just way too hard on WordPress because it sucks. It's like carving into a turkey with a, what's that thing called? With a chainsaw. You'll eventually get the job done, but it's a messy piece of crap to do. And I'm just, they're just roasting WordPress right now.
No, I've never heard of WordPress. Do they have a lot of YouTube ads and stuff?
No, they have no YouTube ads. They're like, they're kind of boomer. Why. Like, they're the boomer version of, like, website builders.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. If my dad doesn't know what Squarespace is, he probably knows what WordPress is then.
Yeah. I told my dad about the commercial because, the reason, like, this was funny was it's back to the thing about, like, how you don't know what something is and then it just gets fed to you. So, for school last year, we had to make a blog website thing for English class, right? And he said we should use WordPress. And we started using WordPress, and like 5 minutes into the thing, my teacher couldn't even log into WordPress because it was messing him up. And he's like, you know what? Screw WordPress. Just use Squarespace. So we used Squarespace. And then that day when I got home, I was watching YouTube, or I don't know if it was on TV, but I got that ad and I found it hilarious. Went to tell my dad, and my dad's like, yeah, I remember when I was building my website, the person that helped me make it said they prefer using WordPress. But then halfway through the project, WordPress messed them up. And he's like, I'm going to restart, but I'm not going to make you, like, I'm not going to charge you more. It's my bad for using WordPress to begin with because it's garbage. So every time anyone's ever mentioned WordPress to me, it's because how terrible it is. Watch WordPress be our first actual sponsor.
Oh yeah, that'd in case hilarious. You were wondering, we didn't actually have a Squarespace.
Yeah, that wasn't an actual ad read. I was just bored.
Yeah, WordPress, because you said we have ads turned on now, right?
Yeah, but like we don't actually get them.
Okay, watch, our first ad is going to be for Squarespace. And not Squarespace, sorry, WordPress.
Yeah. It's like everything about WordPress that just doesn't sound right. Squarespace is like so much better. Wix doesn't sound like correct, but it sounds cool, you know?
Remember when that kid in our class, I'm not going to say his name because then that's just more editing work for you,
Yeah.
made a website on Wix where it was just pictures of Goku.
Goku.
And someone emailed him.
Oh, that was great. I remember we had to make websites. Like we were learning about like e-commerce or something, right? We were learning how to like sell stuff on websites. This was grade 6. Why were we learning that?
Yeah, your website was the only good one. I
spent so much work on my website. It's still up. I could probably still... Actually, no, never mind. I can't find it. I remember the only reason I could find it before was because I had it, like, pinned. Because it wasn't actually to the public. But, yeah, no, it was pretty sick. Like, I'm not going to discredit myself. It was actually pretty sick.
Yeah, his website, it was a shoe selling website. Yeah. And it when he was scrolling through it, like, editing it and stuff, I thought he was just actually looking at shoes in class, and... Yeah, it was a good website.
Yeah, it was good. But like the whole point was to make an e-commerce website, right? Keep that in mind. This kid in our class, is that even like the proper word? I think it is. It's pretty sure that's how you sell stuff online. It's like the selling of things on. E-commerce is an activity of electronically buying or selling of product online. Wow. E-commerce is the activity of selling online by selling online. Nice one, Wikipedia. That's why I didn't donate at the end of the year. But yeah, so we had to make an e-commerce site. What does this kid do? Does a slideshow of Goku pretty much.
And we were supposed to do it on Google Sites, right? And he just did it on Wix.
Yeah, on Google Sites, and he did it on Wix. That
was awesome.
Okay. Well, that's enough of him. Let's get on to another subject. I don't want to think about this kid much more. You remember when I got into a fight with him because I slapped him with the insole of your shoe?
That was
I know I just said we should move on, but like I just vividly remembered that.
I remember you were just like, pass me your shoe. I was like, I didn't even ask. I just gave it to you and you took out the insole and slapped.
I don't know why. I remember he like dissed me or something, and that was just my first reaction. I'm pretty sure I was gonna do it with like the actual shoe, but I thought it'd be too hard. So I got the insole. In this podcast, we do not promote violence or anything in relation. We're merely laughing because it is a past story. Yeah. Just disclose that real quick before we get canceled or something.
If you are gonna be violent, do it with a shoe insole, please.
Yeah. Only as a means of self-defense.
Or you can use a coffee cup.
That's hilarious.
So, I just choked on my tongue. On my tongue.
Nice.
So this week, so you know how episode, was it 3 that we were turning into a food podcast?
Yeah.
Well, I have elegant taste in food. And I wanted to make myself eggs Benedict this week for breakfast.
What even is that? Like,
it's
I always hear it, but like, what do you do to the eggs?
So I don't know how to make it, but I always get it at restaurants. Basically, it's like, you know the dippy eggs with this is like sunny side up and the egg runs out?
Yeah.
It's like that, but the whole thing is covered in the white part, and then once you cut it, the egg just like drips out. It's like a ball of egg.
Wait, is that not like, isn't there one called Over Easy? Is that not?
No, that's a little different. I'll put a picture of it in the podcast.
Okay.
Where's a good one?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Did you search it up?
Yeah. They were just, like, it showed, like, there was one that just showed. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yep. So, I wanted to make that, and I never made it before. So I looked it up online, and it was this 2-minute video, and it was this guy, he was saying you just put the egg It was a poached egg is one thing. That's the type of egg that you use. And eggs Benedict is when you put the sauce on it and the pea meal bacon and the English muffin underneath. Like that's what the meal is called.
Oh, okay. So it's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And the video I was watching was just how to prepare it. So the guy, basically what you do is you crack an egg and then put the egg in boiling water.
Okay.
And yeah. And that guy was just like, I made a separate video on how to do this. You can watch that for the full procedure on how to poach an egg. And I was like, seriously, how hard can it be? Sorry?
Should we plug this guy's YouTube real quick?
I don't remember, but we're not plugging him because I don't like him because he didn't explain it all in one video. So he said you crack the egg and then he said put the water at high boiling and then crack the egg and check out my other video to watch how to do the full thing. and then he puts a lid on it. And I was like, okay, how hard can it be? You boil the water, you put the eggs in, then you put a lid on it, and then you leave it there for 2 to 5 minutes. And I know how to use a stove. And like I've made stuff for myself before, but not that often. And I go to do it. The water's boiling, it's bubbling. So I put the eggs in, and then I put the lid over it. And like a minute later, I go to look at it, and there's like all this foam at the top of the pot there, and it looks like it's about to overflow. So the natural instinct is to stop it from overflowing. So I put the lid over it right away. Apparently that's not what you're supposed to do with boiling water.
My bad,
because then I put the lid over it and boiling water starts shooting out right away. So apparently there's lots of pressure under boiling water and you're not supposed to put a lid on it.
Can't you make a bomb out of that?
Probably. It was coming out fast. I sent you that video earlier this week, right?
Yeah, that was funny.
So that it's boiling, and I don't want to touch it, so I run away. And then it's dripping all over my floor, and there's a whole puddle there. And so I start recording it. Number 1, because I thought it was hilarious. Number 2, because I sent it to my family group chat, and I was like, what do I do? And so then I FaceTime my dad, and he was like, turn it off. And I was like, how am I supposed to turn it off? There's boiling water actively spewing out, and the off button is covered in boiling water. And he was like, get a towel and wipe it up and then turn it off. And I was like, but it's still shooting out. I'm gonna get burnt. So then I waited for all the water to spill out so that it was just resting on the floor there. Because I didn't want to go near it. Saying the story back, I realized how dumb I sound, but it's still funny. So then I waited for all the water to come out so that there was no more spewing out. And then I wipe up where the water was on the counter so that I could turn the stove off.
Yeah.
And then I got a wooden spoon and pushed the pot off the hot spot there, like where it was heating up. And so then that was all good. And then right away, usually we have towels on our main floor, but for some reason today we didn't. So I had to run upstairs and wipe up the floor as quickly as possible. And then, because we have hardwood floors, so if it stays wet too long, then the floors will go bad or something. So then I wipe it up, and I look at our... How do I explain this? We have our stove on the counter, and then on that counter there's drawers, wooden drawers that you can pull in and out.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're drawers. And what I failed to recognize was that as the boiling water was spewing out, it was dripping across those wooden drawers, and I completely ruined them. They all like folded inwards because of the boiling water.
Oh,
so now we're gonna need to get kitchen repairs.
Oh, jeez, wow.
I'm gonna send you the picture now on just texting, and
Okay.
when we put this on YouTube, I'll put the picture up there too.
Oh, nice.
And so I felt very defeated that the eggs outsmarted me. And then I went to go watch the other video that the guy talked about, like how to actually poach the eggs. And what you're supposed to do is let the water boil, then take it off of the boiling, crack the egg, and put the lid on. So, yeah. And then I made it properly the next day.
Nice.
Yeah. So in the end, it was victory, other than the destroyed kitchen.
Nice. Oh damn. That's rough. Jeez. That's a big
Yep.
oof.
Mm-hmm. But hey, I got
Big.
a good story out of it.
That's rough. Damn.
Yep.
Jeez. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Today at
And
school. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go.
sorry,
Go ahead.
yeah. One more thing. My mom. I was home alone when I was doing this, and
Yeah.
my mom was at the dentist,
Okay.
and I sent the video of the water pouring out into our group chat, and my mom, she said she was at the dentist. She goes like, "Oh my gosh!" And then the dentist is like, "What?" And then she shows the video to everyone at the dentist there. So yeah,
Nice.
now everyone at the dentist knows me as that kid who can't cook eggs.
Nice.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but I read a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book for the first 2 days ago for the first time in 7 years.
Oh,
And
nice.
I thought I was gonna, because what happened was I was coming home from my cottage, and I didn't want to use my phone, so we stopped at a Shoppers Drug Mart to get I don't know what we need to get, but we got something, and there was the newest Diary of a Wimpy Kid book there, and I was like, you know what, for old time's sake, why not? So I bought it. And usually, when you read stuff from your childhood, you're like, the good old days or whatever.
Yeah.
I was reading that, and I was like, why did I have to read this? I didn't
Why?
find it funny at all. I
The
don't
new
know.
ones got so bad. Ever since after the black one. What's the black? I have them all on a shelf in my room.
Oh.
I can't read the titles from where I'm at because I have to bend my neck backwards. But the black one, the one after Long Haul, was the last good one. Then they got bad.
Okay, yeah, I was reading the 15th one, which is the most recent.
Oh, jeez, 15. They've been going at it for 15. That's crazy. Yeah.
Do you remember, though, when we had the book fair? We would all get, so hyped
Yeah.
up for the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid book
Yeah.
every year.
That was
Yeah.
that was the stuff, bro. That was crazy.
Remember when I bought the British Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which was, what was that kid's name? Tom
Gates.
You
You bought it, returned it. I bought it, and I was gonna return it, and then they closed the book fair.
Yeah, I bought it.
I-
I read it all in one night, and then I returned it the next day.
I read too slow. I still have the book. Where is it? Oh yeah, I see it. It's still in my room. I'm gonna give it to you. Next time I go to your house, I'm gonna just bring it.
I'll pay for it this time. I'll give you money.
Nah, it's all good. What was I gonna say? Greg Heffley's 100% a narcissist.
Yeah.
100%. I know that's a common thing to say now. That's a fan theory, but ever since someone told me that, I can't either watch the movie. I rewatched the movies recently, and they're amazing. And he's 100% narcissistic.
He only ever talks about himself. I get that it's his diary, but he only tells
Yeah.
his stories and no one else's.
And he always thinks he's right. It's crazy how I know it's made up, right? It's not something real. But it's crazy how whenever Rowley tries to give him correct judgment on a dumb thing that he's gonna do, he just sees it as Rowley being Rowley and not being edgy and cool. But dude's narcissistic as hell.
Yeah, I like the Tom Gates book better, even though I didn't read as many of them. They were way funnier.
They were hilarious.
Yeah.
The drawings were terrible though. They were but I guess that added to how funny it was.
Yeah. And they were British too, so that made it even better.
Yeah. I remember what was the thing? Trousers. They said trousers a lot, and that
And
made
they
it
said
funny.
trolley instead of shopping cart.
Trolley. Wait, I'm gonna go get the book. Let's see how long can this thing extend. I'm taking off my headphones. I won't be able to hear you for a second. I'm gonna go get it. I'll just cut
Okay.
the silence while I get it. So there's this thing at the end of the book where they just said all the British words, and I just want
Oh
to read them out.
yeah.
I just want to
remember
read
that.
that part. Oh, it also gives you little games you can make. Yeah, these books were so much better.
Mhm.
Where is the thing? What's the word you say for when it explains stuff at the end of the book?
A glossary?
I think is it a yeah, I'm pretty
Is
sure
it?
they have
It's either a
glossary.
glossary or an index.
Yeah, here, glossary. They have biscuits. Cross is angry. Dodgy means something that's a bit odd. Should I do my like worst Love Island British impression?
Yes, please.
The jumper is instead of the sweater. The lorry. How do you even say that? Lorry instead of a truck. Rumbled. No, I just sound like I have a lisp. Yeah. And then there's sledging. They say sledging instead of sledding. Freaking weird people. Then rubbish instead of garbage. Rubbish.
That's some rubbish, isn't it?
I have a terrible Love Island impression.
I don't really... I'm bad at those Love Island voices, but I think my British in general is just okay.
Yeah, because it's not like normal British. It's like cocky British.
British people.
Brits. But yeah, that was episode 5. Hope you enjoyed. Not many people make it this long in the podcast, but it is what it is. If you enjoyed,
it is what it is.
It is what it, yeah. If you made it the whole way, good for you. You're cool.
And
you get the cool stamp
tell a friend
of approval.
or something.
Yeah. Please tell a friend about this. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Even if we're not funny, we tell you funny stuff.
That's what you should say to them. Be like, listen to this podcast. They're like, why? You say, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's like
I hee-heed once or twice.
Okay. Pitch to me why you should listen to this podcast real quick.
Okay. It's okay.
Huh? Okay. I'll give it a listen.
See, it works.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I think I cut you off there. My bad.
No, that's okay. I didn't even know what I was going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah. See you, people.